Okay. So what I'm hearing from you is really the key is the content. So, so what I want to do in this episode with you is dissect that content. What is the best way to adapt that content to different marketplace based on where you want to sell, which marketplace you want to sell on. So, um, content is made up of several pieces. First of all, you got your title, right? So title is the most important. And then you got your pictures, and then you got your following the Amazon structure, and then you got your bullet points, and then you have your A plus. So when you are launching in other marketplaces, walk us through how to convert these into another marketplace. What are some best practices that people can apply to take theirs instead of just the straightforward copy paste that doesn't get results? What are some things, and share with us some tools and tips that will facilitate that?
Yeah, the good thing is, so I'm a business owner, and if you're listening to this and you're a business owner, you can master any marketplace you want, but the problem becomes, is that the best use of your time is to figure out and master Walmart like you have Amazon? And what I mean is Walmart tells you exactly how to set up listings. Like they probably have a better one of the things they do better is like their product optimization score. So they'll tell you exactly what's wrong with your listing. But in my opinion, like the GPT that I built, I just trained it on Walmart data. So it spits out a title, and on Amazon they call it, or on Walmart they call it like your short description and long description. So the way the bullet points should be written are very different, much shorter and simpler than Amazon. Um, so using some type of AI tool is going to help you to where you're not wasting all your time trying to manually rewrite your listings. So if you could use a GPT that's trained on Walmart data, it will massage it to where it needs to be. Because I just don't think it's super practical to like have someone rewrite everything from scratch. Just take what you have, put it through some type of AI tool or software where it will syndicate it using best practices, and then you can tweak it on top. But Walmart and TikTok tell you exactly how to write the listings. It just takes, figuring out, how to tweak what you have into that content. And TikTok is its own animal too, right? Like it's more UGC focused. Um, they're not as big as like all this long form content. So your bullet points are going to look a little bit different on TikTok.
So, for those who have not done it before, tell us, how do you train your uh, Chat GPT for Walmart data?
Yeah, so I mean, obviously there are softwares out there, like we're building a software that does this for you, but it's not, it's actually super easy to build a chat like a GPT. So if you've used Chat GPT at all, you can just basically create your own bot, and then inside the training data is where you can drop or link documents. And I also use there's another company called Right Sonic or Bot Sonic. I think they have different brand names, and it's a little bit easier because this you can link it other places. Like your Chat GPT, you can only use it inside Chat GPT. Um, but basically, you can just link YouTube, like on BotSonic, you can link YouTube videos, you can link like internal like Walmart documentation. They have a bunch of PDFs you can download, and you upload it to the GPT, and it will train on that data. So that way, when the prompt basically will say, "Hey, write this according to how Walmart wants it," it's pulling from that data to do the listing, as opposed to just taking it from the entire open source and hoping that it's pulling in the right data. It's just
Mhm.
an easier way to get your data set exactly where you want it.
Okay. And how about pictures?
Yeah. So pictures are another thing. Like when we started doing content syndication, we also started getting into different countries. So trying to get on Amazon Mexico more and doing NARF to fulfill that. So those are good examples of why you need to tweak content, especially language wise. But even on TikTok and Walmart, like there's not necessarily like an A plus content for Walmart. There is rich media, but Walmart is a beast in terms of you know it's not as intuitive or easy to figure out as compared to Amazon. And sometimes you have to have alternative subscriptions just to upload content. And then on TikTok, you actually can create basically the same thing as your Amazon listing in TikTok, but it just needs to be resized. So all this stuff is a little bit tedious when you start adding it up. But if you can have someone who understands the process to like resize stuff, but you can create an A+ layout on TikTok as well. And then most of your listing images are going to, mostly be square. So you might have to resize the pixels a little bit, but those mostly can be updated. Just factoring in language updates and then resizing based on like the A+ alternative media that you have to resize for the storefront. Like TikTok storefront is a different size. So we just took our same assets and we resized them according to the platform.
So for the content, the text part, you are recommending that you get one of these chat GPT based bots to train first, and then feed your listings, your Amazon listings, and then let that give you the version that is suitable for Walmart or TikTok. And then for images, it comes down to just resizing. Is that pretty much the summary?
Yeah, and you're going to have to retool some of the images to fit, but the gist is, add the content however you want to, have someone rewrite it, but don't copy paste. That's the point I want to emphasize. Like copy pasting is not going to help your SEO score. And those platforms will tell you that. So the key is to have some process where you can refine your Amazon listing to these other platforms.
What about the language part? Because that's a big one, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to say that we have like the best solution figured out. I mean, we're leveraging AI for language, and then I typically have locals proofread stuff. So we have an office in Bolivia in South America. So for Spanish, we have a team, and then even for Japan, soon I'm going to be launching in Amazon Japan, and our tool will translate into Japanese as well. But again, you want to make sure you have a local just proofread something to make sure that it makes sense. Because even on the images, we're going to have to redo all of our images with really crazy, Japanese text to make it fit the market. And so that stuff we're going to have proofread by a local, although we're doing the initial translation with AI, just because it'll save money versus having someone translate from scratch.